Covered with rich forests and gurgling pristine rivers, Himalayas have forever been a biodiversity hotspot of diverse endemic flora and fauna.
Himalayas are very important to our country because they support a vast populations through water, air and various climatic issues. This system we all know is very fragile and requires a development system or imperatives which conserves its biological diversity. At the same time, provides the necessary economic development to the people living in this system as well as who are dependent on this system.
The ecosystem services which Himalayas provide not only within the Himalayan region but downstream through various rivers and downstream in the floodplains where our all agriculture systems, they are dependent on the health of the Himalayan ecosystem. Because of the various development patterns, the Himalayas ecosystems are also under threat. Present COVID outbreak is somewhere connected with the disruption of the ecosystem or disconnect with the nature. So that also strengthens our concept of the nature-based solutions, and IUCN is also developing nature-based solution standards because if we care for nature, then nature will take care of us.
However, human actions like deforestation and habitat degradation is threatening to unleash severe climate change impacts that could endanger millions of lives. IUCN is fully engaged in battling this issue through various government-supported initiatives.
Coping with Uncertainties project funded by National Mission on Himalayan Studies, IUCN is working with partners on addressing both livelihood and ecosystem-based challenges in the Indian Himalaya region through ecosystem-based adaptation. Implemented in 3 Indian Himalayan states, Himachal Pradesh, Uttarakhand and Sikkim. The interventions are revolving to sustainably meet their needs of energy, fuel, food, water and livelihood, building resilience to climate change.
Water is clearly the most precious resource on our planet. But watersheds across the Himalayan states are declining.
The Himalayan region is facing the climate change threats as well as climate change impact. And the uncertainty involved with the climate change is enormous. So we have to find out the solutions which are helpful in coping with the uncertainty of the climate change.
Traditional springs used since centuries had started drying up across the region, forcing women and children to trek for kilometers in forbidding topography to ferry water. The daily hardship and grind was clearly heaviest on the most vulnerable.
जलवायु परिवर्तन की वजह से पानी के स्रोत सब सूख गए थे, जिससे हर तरह की परेशानियां हो रही थी। लोग अपने घरों से 8-8, 10-10 किलोमीटर दूर नदी के किनारे से पानी ला रहे हैं। खासकर इसका प्रभाव बच्चों की पढ़ाई पर होता है, उनका सारा समय पानी लाने ले जाने में समाप्त हो जा रहा है।
Very fortunate that IUCN has taken up a project in coping up with the uncertainties to build up the community resilience for the conservation of resources in this region and more importantly sustainable use of these resources.
लोगों के साथ मिलकर के बैठक की, बैठक के बाद सर्वे की, जिसको हम बेसलाइन सर्वे कहते हैं, उसके बाद उसके एक मैपिंग की पूरी एरिया की। उस मैपिंग के दौरान जो भी उसमें एक्टिविटियां हो सकती थी वो प्रपोज की गई और उसको गांव वालों के सहयोग से आगे बढ़ाया गया।
Under IUCN, water user committees were formed in different villages across the regions to identify the lost springs, to map the hydrology and execute a plan to revive the forgotten water springs. Water catchment areas slowly began to trap rainwater and recharge the underground web of springs. The restored water springs have now become a lifeline for local communities. Water is not only a life resource, it creates new possibilities and opportunities.
Water mills have been used for the last 1,000 odd years for grinding grains in the mountain villages. In fact, there were more than 100,000 water mills all over Himalayan region.
But most were laying either dormant or getting very limited livelihood returns for the villagers. Yogendra Singh's water mill was devastated after floods. He did not even have enough resources to send his children to school.
আমার পুরানঘাট છે जेको कारण चाहिँ कि बाढ आउन कारण हमर गढ भएगी अब हम परेशान में आते गढ से
Coaching villagers in better water mill technology and better methods to tap the energy of flowing water, IUCN unlocked new revenue stream for villagers.
We undertook a survey and analyzed what are the problems with this water mill and how we can make it more efficient and useful for many other processes.
जो परंपरागत घराट जो थे वो 2 से 3 केजी आटा पर घंटा निकालते थे और जो अभी हमने ये इम्प्रूव किया है इस घराट को ये 20 से 30 केजी निकाल लेता है.
We provided all the safeties like gates and proper channel and desettling chamber so that clean water goes into a turbine and the turbine will last for a long time. And we found there's people are able to grind 4 times more, at least 4 times more of what they were grinding earlier with their old mills.
Yogendra is reaping the returns of his hard work and persistence. People from across the region visit his water mill for their food grain processing. Lack of electricity has always been a hindrance in safety, security and productivity of people in remote, far-flung villages of Himalayas. A series of micro hydropower projects now have created new avenues of community revival and growth.
माइक्रो हाइड्रो से जो बिजली उत्पादन हो रही है उसका अभी गांव के कम्युनिटी सेंटर में कभी शाम को बैठक होती है उसमें यूज़ करते हैं, मंदिर में कोई कार्यक्रम होता है उसमें यूज़ करते हैं और सर्दियों में पानी गर्म करने के काम आता है.
Using existing resources to enhance better living is at the core of IUCN's initiative. In a region that enjoys many sunlight-filled days, tapping solar energy was a ready winner. IUCN began to handhold the local communities in installation, maintenance and use of solar systems, leading to widespread change.
मेरे गांव में जल्दी रात पड़ जाने जंगली जानवरों को बहुत भय हुन फसलों पे भी नुकसान, खेती वास्ते भी जंगली जानवरों भय से बहुत नुकसान हुन.
IUCN द्वारा जो यहाँ पे सोलर लाइटें लगाई गई है इससे हमारे गांव में बहुत अच्छी सुविधा मिली है और बिजली के खपत में बहुत बचत आई है.
In addition to solar energy, initiatives that encouraged the use of LED bulbs further reduced expense burden and increased savings.
हम उसे LED बल्ब बांटा गया तो हम उनसे 100 वाटा 1000 वाटा बल्ब लगाया चाहे तो से हम उन बंद कर देने क्यों अत्ते दिन में हम इतना फायदा हुई कि हम बिजली बिल जो आंदो चाहिए से बहुत कम आंदो और कई फायदा कई सब BPL परिवार से मेरा ग्राम पंचायत में और आज जो इच्छा है मेरी कि मॉडल गांव बढ़ लो मेरो तो सब मेरी इच्छा पूरी होगी.
Wide-scale deforestation and degradation due to firewood collection by villagers has been a continuing challenge. The biogas intervention has substantially reduced fuel wood consumption by approximately 61%. The advanced technology of these prefabricated digesters work well even at high altitudes, providing 5 to 6 hours of cooking fuel every day.
गोबर ग्यासको बारेमा चाहिँ पहिला मैले चाहिँ IUCNबाट थाहा पाएँ. सरहरू सर्वे गर्दै आउनुभएको थियो र त्यति बेला चाहिँ हाम्रो घरमा गाईहरू पालेको देखेर उहाँहरूले हामीलाई सिकाउनु भयो कि यो गाई पालेर तपाईहरुले गोबरलाई चाहिँ युज गर्न सक्नुहुन्छ. गोबर ग्यास लगाएर यो नयाँ खालको बायोग्यास छ राम्रो त्यसमा युज गर्नुहोस् भनेर सिक्नुभयो र मलाई पनि इच्छा लाग्यो त्यो सरहरूको कुरा सुनेर मैले त्यहाँबाट गोबर ग्यास लगाएँ घरमा. मेरो घरमा पनि हामीलाई धेरै फाइदा भएको छ यो गोबर ग्यासले गर्दाखेरि. अन्त जङ्गल जानु पर्दैन 2 घण्टा 3 घण्टा हाम्रो टाइम बन्दैछ त्यो टाइम चाहिँ म अहिले खेतीमा कि घरको फ्यामिलीसँग बिताउन पाउँदैछु.
Noticing a demand for local timber, fodder, spice and fruit plants, IUCN encouraged agroforestry.
The rural youths are now inspired on the agroforestry activities. So under this activity we have conducted several on-field demonstration training and also distributed several horticulture and timber species as well.
Their social forestry models cover private land as well as community forest land benefiting hundreds of villagers. Plantations now thrive with support from self-help groups like Jagdamba Swayam Sahayata Samuh. Comprising of 16 women, the members of these group manage nurseries of indigenous species, contributing significantly towards rural prosperity.
हमें संस्था द्वारा ये शिक्षा मिली कि आप बहनें एक समूह बनाइए। हमने बनाया 15 महिलाओं का समूह। हमने बहनों को ये सिखाया कि हम कदम उठाएंगे आगे। हमने सारा विकास लगाया। इन पेड़ों से हमें घास मिलता है। हमने जर्सी गाय रखी है। हम दूध बेचते हैं। आज हर महिला के पास पैसे हैं। हम बहुत स्वतंत्र हैं।
Extensive and repeated workshops at Gram Panchayat level in various villages of Uttarakhand, Himachal Pradesh and Sikkim are raising awareness about organic farming.
मैं आए दिन जो है अपने खेती से बहुत परेशान था और मैं पलायन के लिए मजबूर हो गया था। यहाँ पे आयुष्मान बीजामृत और जीवामृत नामक जो है 2 जैविक पदार्थ दिए, उसका छिड़काव हमने अपने खेतों में किया। उससे जो है मेरी अपनी खेती में जो है 2 गुना 3 गुना जो है मुनाफा होने लगा और मेरी आर्थिकी भी सुधर गई।
गांव में रोजगार की कमी के कारण जो युवा शहर की ओर पलायन कर रहे थे, उनमें से मैं भी एक था। फिर मेरी मुलाकात जब राजेंद्र सिंह बिज जी से हुई, उन्होंने बताया कि ऑर्गेनिक खेती कैसी होती है। KBK ग्वालदम से ट्रेनिंग करवाई। धीरे धीरे पौधों में ग्रोथ अच्छी होने लगी और उपज बढ़िया मिलने लगी और जिसके कारण मेरी आमदनी बढ़िया हो गई। और इससे मुझे लगता है कि ना शहर भागने की आवश्यकता है और यहीं पे बढ़िया तरीके से मेरा रोजगार चलता है।
Ecosystem-based adaptation is about looking at existing natural resources and monetizing them to enhance livelihood. Presence of wild varieties of bay leaf is one such breakthrough.
जो नेचुरल रिसोर्स बेस्ड इकोनॉमी है, उसकी रिमोट एरिया में जो दूरस्थ क्षेत्र हैं जहाँ पे फैसिलिटी नहीं है, एम्प्लॉयमेंट नहीं है, वहाँ पे बहुत ज़्यादा ज़रूरत है। पहला प्रोग्राम ये ऐसा है कि जहाँ पे नेचुरल रिसोर्सेज बेस्ड इकोनॉमी को आयुष्मान प्रमोट कर रहा है। हम लोग किसानों को प्रमोट करने के लिए तेजपात की पौध देते हैं। पहली चीज़ तो है। दूसरा, जो किसान तेजपात के पौधे लगाना चाहते हैं उनको पूरा ट्रेनिंग देते हैं। आपने कैसे पौधा लगाना है, कब ये हार्वेस्टिंग करना है, कौन सा इसका प्रॉपर सीजन है। इवन जो किसान नर्सरी बनाना चाहते हैं उनको भी हम पूरी ट्रेनिंग देते हैं।
Dried and processed bay leaf are getting high purchase prices in cities, spreading prosperity and cheer in these hill communities.
Women have been using fiber for centuries for making apparel material and famous Kullu shawls. Now women can make felt on their own without the help of men. They are very pleased that they can utilize local fiber for making material which can be used in their own houses and in the neighboring villages where there's a very big demand of rugs made from local wool as people sit, dine and sleep on floor itself. Seeing the success of this program, the local state government came forward and made some self-help groups and also gave them interest-free loans and also gave them other facilities of exhibiting their material and helping them with the sale of the product.
The interventions made and the plans prepared by Ayushan in this phase of project are perfect with respect to resilience building of indigenous communities in the Himalayan region.
Having a harmonized relationship between all these stakeholders and taking it forward as per the objective with the overall objective of integrating nature-based solutions through ecosystem-based adaptation for this project, and that is one of the key important message which this project gives, and that needs to be further upscaled in all the Himalayan states based on the local site-specific requirements, and accordingly the results can be replicated elsewhere also.